Hi, Mark Savage here and welcome to my channel. Well over 400 videos. Today I'm riding a Triumph Tiger 800 XC. Now if you've looked through my channel, I actually had a 66 plate one of these. This is a 12 plate and I quite liked it. These are very perky triple engines, 94 brake horsepower, which to be honest with you, in its class is actually quite a lot. This has got a Yoshi exhaust which you can hear grumbling in the background, and if you watch this, wasn't that nice? I did stick a video on here showing that. Now, as I said, 94 brake horsepower, and this is the small adventure. So we're not going to 1215s and all that sort of stuff and the BMW GS's. We are just looking at the small ones, which I can't moan about the little 650 Versys. Very underpowered compared to this 60 odd brake horsepower. And this has got so much more, and it does sound yummy.
Yes, I know I left my bloody indicator on. Because I was talking, I wasn't looking at the dash. But I did turn it off.
Of course you've got also the 800 BMW, that's a newer shape one. Remember years ago that little 650 Fundero single cylinder, that was just horrid. But still the BMW 800 twin, got a 750 or 700 as well. This does beat them. Now ride height, as you know I'm only 5'8", and these are brilliant. Both feet flat on the floor. You can also get lowering kits for these as well. The BMW is just way too high, the 800, and the Versys is such a light bike it doesn't really matter, but it is a high bike. Now on the bike, on this one, you should be able to see the bars. They pretty much are straight, so you do get a little bit more of a steering sort of when you go around bends. With the Versys you sit up a little bit more and they're very light. These you do feel as though you have to bank a little bit more, but do you know what, that's actually quite enjoyable and very quickly you get used to that. Now this is the lower range I suppose. Didn't get a lot with this bike, so someone's fitted heated grips, always handy, and this fog lights. The switch I'm going to put down here a little bit better to be able to turn on and off.
I don't know why I keep calling them fog lights. They are day running lights. However, on a day like today, I'd call them fog lights.
But you know what, they are bloody good. There are some cheap ones out in the market. I've had them, £10, £20 ones, they're okay. These ones are, you know, HID ones, and wow, they do light the road up. So you do get what you pay for, as simple as that. I like the fact on this Tiger you get a gear change. I'm so used to getting a gear change. It just helps you, you know. The first I found that when I got to 70 miles an hour, I thought I was in fifth. I'm always looking for that little knock up another gear. Where just having that gear indicator really does help. Now these are still nice and light bikes. And I will say the acceleration is yummy. It really is yummy. I'm in third gear here. And there we go to 70 miles an hour. Top gear. I did spot the police car on my side of the road and he actually looked at me then. But hey, I'm not breaking the speed limit. Now I've got my old helmet on and I was worried that the sound would be a bit more knocky. It's rattling somewhere. Now people moan a lot about these, about the buffeting. So the last owner fitted a very nice MRA screen, are they?
It's a nice screen. I was right. MRA. £200 worth.
But you know that does make a difference, and this one's adjustable, can go up another good couple of inches, but I'm happy where it is. It's also got a little side deflectors here as well, so they're handy. Let's move over. Now the acceleration at these, the 94 brake really does make a difference, and I said this one's got a Yoshi exhaust on here. I reckon it must add at least 5 brake. I've been a bit tetchy around the corners, it's still damp, you know, 6 degrees today, but you can really give this some, and it sounds lovely. I always say in videos, be seen, be heard. These have got a 19 litre tank, 19-inch front wheel, and also I think that makes the steering as well. 17-inch back, skinny tyres though. I think there's 110 at the front by 19, and I think the rear is only 150. I've seen people put 160s on them. Doesn't really make a great deal of difference. I guess just for aesthetics from behind. On the 1215 they also fit a very skinny tyre. Lovely sound. You also get a little bit of a burble out of this when you knock the throttle off. And of course you can change down gears, which really helps on the braking as well. The last owner put EBC brakes on this, the pads, and again, you know, I've used the old Gold Leaf ones and the cheaper ones. It's got a nice set of pilots on here for the tyres, and you do notice a difference. I said in my last vlog with the Versys, it had odd tyres on it, but you do notice here that it really does stick to the ground, and braking is a little better. Let's just overtake here, say thank you, and thank you. In top gear, still accelerated very, very nicely. And if you've watched my video about fitting the back box, I've got it on now. Someone's fitted mirror extenders on here. I don't think you really needed them, if I'm honest. I'm not a wide, and it makes you keep thinking I've got another couple of inches either side of the bars. It's not a bad thing. I really can see it really well behind me. Twin lights on these, I do love them. They are, even with the fog lights on here, they are brilliant. Twin lights on these, I do love them. They are, even with the fog lights on here, they are brilliant. Now what he did is down there, ooh, mud on the road, hate that. He fitted, or tried to fit, a set of LED lights on here. You know, the old bulbs, and while pushing them in, yeah, I keep going for gear, I know it's in sixth, oh well. He broke the little ball that the lights sit in, so they go up and down. So he broke that. He had to pay £400 out for another set of headlights. That was a cost he could do without. Being the bottom of the range model, I said, didn't come with an awful lot, but you can whack it on afterwards. He's bought a set of panniers, put the back box on, you know, it was £1,300 extras. He put the fog lights on, they're a good bit of money. It's got a rear hugger, pyramid, one of them, colour coded, bit of money. You know, so I guess you pay now or pay later. If you haven't got all the money then you can buy them each month or something, so it's probably the best way to go. You do have to keep a little eye on the speed. It doesn't sound, and nor does it feel like a sit-up-and-beg bike, I've got to say. I got quite used to the Versys in the mornings. I rode that for the last 5 months, and you really had to whack open the throttle to get any speed out of it. This, you don't have to so much. And it just sounds nice. You're more confident on the tyres, and you can really, if you want to, give it a little bit, coming out the roundabouts. It does feel really nice. But these are great commuter bikes, and yet you can go on that journey. Having the luggage on here really, really helps as well. You know, I feel like I popped to Scotland with this. A 19 litre tank, yes, you're going to fill up a few times. You know, I've had a Triumph, I've had a few now, and the Trophy, you know, I went all the way to Isle of Wight and back again, 286 miles. You're not going to get lost on this little baby, but that's where the weight comes in. Really good, I can't knock it at all. Easy to get off, nice and slim, sits in the back of the garage, job done. Clocks do everything you want them to. And it's always handy having a petrol gauge, but also a countdown, which is the 131 that says here, this is how many miles I can do. It only goes by how and what your last ride was like, you know. If I'm doing 50 odd miles an hour, nice and slowly as it were, you're not going to get 200 miles. They say 160 miles per tank on the old figures. I will do a review of this and I'll give you some more facts and figures.
So just the facts and figures, as already said, 94 brake horsepower, 58 FT pounds for max torque, 130 mile an hour maximum. It says 40 miles to the gallon. I don't think I'm getting that. Maybe the Yoshi or my style of riding, but I'm not getting 40 miles to the gallon. 169 miles to a tank, again, I'm not going to get that. Engine is 799 cc's. It's a 12 valve, triple, 6 gears. Frame type is twin steel tubing, 19 litre tank. Seat height is 810 mils, which is perfect for me. Dry weight 210. It's going to be a lot heavier with the panniers and the back box on there. Rear suspension is a monoshock preload adjustment. Twin front brakes, 308mm disc. Single pot at the back, 255 disc. Rear tyre is a 150 70x17. And the front tyre is a 110x80x19, as I already showed you.
This is the Mark 1, I guess, of the Tiger 800s, or 2012 model. I like the racking on here. Now, the 16 plate I had the box rack like it does on the Kawasaki's. So when you take the luggage off, you're left with this sort of exoskeleton racking sort of thing. With this, it's only got the 2 clips, but a bit of an ugly bottom bar. I'm not serviced one of these, and I intend to keep this a little while. It's passed all the warranties, so I will be servicing this bike. Last serviced at 16.5. I think it's got 19 on it now, so probably 21, 4,000 odd. I will check the specs and do it properly. Did do a service on the 1050 I had before, and that was relatively simple. I can't see it's been any different. Always handy to save a few pounds. Come on, BMW. If you watch my last vlog, these bloody cones have been here forever. They had all this at the side done up as well the other day. I'm just making a mess, an absolute mess of Chelmsford. Can you hear that lovely noise though? I am happy with that. Little 125 going the opposite way. You have to look twice. You think, is it an R1, is it not? And you look at the chunky exhaust and see that he's only doing 5 miles an hour, you realise it's 125. And out the way. Thank you for stopping. Now on the other couple of bikes I've had, I've fitted cameras back and front. Getting them from the source on eBay has been difficult. The first one I got came quickly, and that was a much better camera than the second one I had, because that was a 1080 and 720, and there was some debate, and actually it's more like 720 and 500 and odd. So I will purchase another camera and I'll fit it to this one. I do intend to keep this for a while. The wife said to me the other day she'd like to go back on the back of the bike again. She'd like to go on the back of the bike again. Yeah, get back on, oh, you know what I'm trying to say. She'd like to go on the back of a bike again. So, the Versys was no good for that. I've had a Versys before, and they are just great single bikes. They're no good for 2-up. 1000 cc's, completely different, and I didn't fancy it. And the luggage is so small. So, I went for something light, economical, 40 odd to the gallon these get. Probably not with the Yoshi. Still fun to do a little bit of commuting, but big enough, still pop 100 odd miles on a trip. This ticks all the boxes. So, a little vlog on a bike. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching my review and vlog. Please like, share and subscribe. Now I do have the white 66 plate one on my channel as well. There'll be links somewhere around here. I've got the Triumph Trophy and the Triumph 1050 as well, GT. So few to watch. and lots of others, to be honest with you. Over 400 videos. Check them all out, please. Like, share and subscribe, and take care of yourselves on these roads.